Hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on? This is, just pretty much, not even into the camera, but I just want to just let you know that I'm actually at the location. In regards to going home, I had a good sleep last night again. From the last vlog, I had a really good sleep. Um, just sleeping in the position that I want you guys to do if you elect to get the surgery. And I think you should get the surgery because I think it's going to be life changing the way I feel. And it's not even done yet. I can imagine when things are really permanent and set in. And this is why the first 10 days, you really have to make sure that you take care of the neck up. So um, I checked out at 4 a.m. in the morning. Um, Everything was taken care of me as far as transportation from and to the airport and also the stay. That was also included in the fee. I think I mentioned that already. So that was something that I didn't have to worry about spending. My driver came at 4 a.m. He was nice. He was efficient. Dropped me to the airport. I will say that Turkey, Istanbul, or if you have never been out of the United States and you've been, or you have just been in certain parts of the world, you will see things that will give you a bit of a culture shock. But again, you should be able to absorb it, adjust, and just try to work your way into certain situations. I will say that the airport in Istanbul, I didn't feel it coming in because I was leaving, but when I came in to check in and stuff like that, it was really something else. A lot of people, a whole bunch of people. Um, the language barrier sorted things out. Um, it was a good thing that some of the professionals did speak English, and I was able to navigate my way through things. Um, that I got there he picked me up at 4, and I was at the gate about 7 o'clock, and the flight was leaving at 8:35. So it takes a lot of time. You have to understand that. So make sure that you understand that the process from and to the airport, but particularly when I was leaving, it takes a long time because there's a lot of people going to destinations. Don't assume that this is something that is local and something that you're used to. Airports are hectic in general, so just get ready for that. Um, so that flight was smooth. Um, Now I am caught the second leg in Norway. I will say that the Norway people coming and going, they're a little peppy at the gate, at the visa gate. So you got to be careful. Make sure that you don't bring any liquids. Um, don't act nervous. Don't act shifty because it seems like they look for a reason not to let you in the country to even go through. Like you're not even going in, but they have a disposition like they don't even want you to go through their country to catch the plane. So just make sure, once again, protect your investment because at this point you're flying, you paid your money. So if you paid your money, make sure that you conduct yourself in an orderly fashion at the visa stops because they have all the power. And I don't want to check you fellas or ladies, but if you have any egos, leave it at the door. Because again, um, particularly with American passports, they look for it. They look to deny you. So you have to be real careful. And again, like I told you, there was some people getting turned away at the border. Hold on for a second. You hear the guy? Hold on. So this is real. I'm gonna tell you where I'm at in a minute. Hold on for a second. All of a sudden, everybody's talking now.
Attention all passengers.
I've been here for a minute.
Security announcement. For security reasons and due to the risk of theft, passengers are requested not to leave their baggage and personal belongings unattended at any time. Unattended baggage will be removed by the authorities. Passengers are also instructed not to carry any baggage or other items not belonging to themselves onto the flight. Failure to comply with these precautions may compromise safety on board your flight.
So you hear that, and not because of 9/11. I always notice that Europe is always very security conscious, and they're very situational. So don't feel, and that's a good segue. Do not feel that you can run to the bathroom, leave your stuff, and then whatever, wherever you go, you take everything with you. And that's a whole nother issue. Also, make sure that you're packing light. All I have, I'm gonna show you right now, as I have this right here. This was my carry-on, and I have a knapsack, backpack. That's it. That's it. I don't have to check in anything. I don't have to do nothing. Um, it's not anything. It's not anything. Do not, once again, this is not a vacation. This is a transactional situation, business. If it's 3 days of close, 3 days, 4 days you're staying, bring those days of close, and that's it. And that's it. Don't get fancy. Don't get cute. Because you'll wind up be paying for extra luggage and all this other stuff that you don't want to be paying for. At least I didn't have to pay for any extra weight, any luggage, nothing like that. And all my stuff came with me. In case something happened with the plane, at least I know I had my luggage with me. So, real time, make sure that you pack in light. Oh, man. So, the trip back, actually, the connections were smooth. But like I said, Norway, those visa agents are really tricky over there. So, just be careful. I have a delay on my last flight for an hour. An hour delay. I'm not tripping about that. I'm really not tripping about it. And you got to have the mindset that you can't trip off of delays. I would say also, if you're going to get a ticket, make sure that if they're offering price coverage protection, please make sure you get that. Also, because it serves as this purpose. Because I did get price protection and insurance in case if something had happened to me medically overseas. At least I had that protection to help me out. Um, so, and if anything had happened, at least I was covered um, in the short or the long term of it. So make sure if they're offering protections, make sure you get it. Um, so I'm in Copenhagen Airport. I just had to eat some food. I just ate some food so I can be able to take my medication. Once again, this is important. Make sure that you're taking your medication after you have the surgery and take it when it is prescribed. So I just went and bought a little Greek salad, had some water. And once again, I'm staying on my East Coast time. I'm not so when I go back, nothing's changing. So right now it's almost like evening here, but it's still before noon where I'm from. So technically it's still lunch, breakfast, lunch, or brunch, whatever, but it's my first meal of the day. So I'm taking the medication that is prescribed for the first meal of the day, and then I have to take another one a half hour after. So again, you have to follow it. And if it says take it after a meal, you should take it after a meal because you don't want the lining of your stomach to be messed up or stuff like that. So uh, please understand that this part is important. You have to be a good soldier in this also. So I have to make sure that I get my got some food. I wasn't even hungry actually, but because I do intermittent fasting, so I could go long periods of times without eating, right? But the whole situation was it's not about me. It's about this process. It's really about this process. And if you want to be part of this, you got to be dialed in. So I'm dialed in. I'm all the way in this process. So within another 20 minutes, I take the actual the penicillin and and then um and then I take two other ones, it, you know, later on in the evening. So it's all good. It's all good because I want to make sure that I give my I want to make sure the look that I have remains strong and remain permanent, and the response to everything works out, and I have no complications. And also, please understand, I cannot stress this to you guys and gals, that even though I got off the mini surgical uh, table and stuff like that. Excuse the talking because there's really people here going by. But I have no proper space to really vlog because there's just a lot of people everywhere. So I just sat on the floor and said, I'm talking to you guys. This is what it is because it's real time. Um, but I'm okay. I'm okay. But like I said, I want to make sure that I have no post procedural mini surgical complications whatsoever. So right now I feel fine. I didn't experience anything funny. I think the first night, I will say, when I took one of the things, I felt my stomach pulling, but I knew that was strong. So I just made sure that when I eat, I just have to make sure I eat something of substance because I did eat a protein bar and take it. That was my fault, I think. But then once I made the adjustment of eating food and taking it, it didn't happen anymore. So make sure that you give yourself that window to succeed in the protocols of the medication, because that is also part of it too. Because you don't want to try to fix one problem, which is the hair issue, and develop another issue because you didn't follow up the post procedurals things. And this is not even about um, this situation. Whenever anybody goes for a surgery or things of that nature, there are certain things that you're supposed to follow afterwards. And I'm not saying anything. I'm not assuming anything. Once again, I'm not a doctor, but sometimes when you hear about people dying, oh, post surgery complications, a person died, right? I I don't want to sound mean. I don't want to sound any sideways, but I always say to myself, did that person follow the protocol? What did that person do? Or or it could have been a doctor's fault. Maybe they weren't informed to conduct themselves in a certain space of a window after surgery to preserve their life. Because my brother's father-in-law had a surgery to clean out his arteries, and then not too long later he died of a heart attack. So, and that situation right there still shocks me to this day. And he was a good man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what he was told or what he didn't told. And when you're a certain age, you're in your own way. You don't do, but take this thing very seriously. So I'm taking it seriously. And then also remember, here's a point that I want to make. Remember that you're going up on a plane. You're, we're traveling up on a plane, and going up and down on the plane is very serious because your blood travels down low to your body. It goes up. That's why, like, you have to drink a lot of water when you get there. Drink a lot of water and making sure that you're taking your medication. Try to start it before you get on the plane, because again, when you're going up and down on the plane, you know, when you travel to the the destination, once you get into your room, lay on your back, put your feet up, um, in the room for like a half hour. Go online and do whatever you need to do on the phone, and let the blood go back down. Because again, those things are important. You know how many people died after or during plane flights because of that? So your body is just a lot more sensitive when you are flying, and that's the ugly little secret that they don't tell people about airlines. So I'm putting you on game with that. Make sure that every time you get off a plane, in general, when you get in your house, in your space, make sure you get on your back, put your legs up in the air. Particularly during this period. Um, oh, okay. I just made a little mistake. Um, I just touched my head, and that was real just now. I don't know why I did that, but I did that. Now the thing is, they say your head will be itching, and I do feel a little itching now, but you cannot touch your head. And I just caught myself. I just caught myself. Thank God I didn't go hard. Um, and it's never, you never touch your head. So I'm just glad that 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 wasn't a disaster live here with you guys. But I've been feeling a tingling, itching sensation. Um, I still feel some of the Novocaine. I still feel it, believe it or not, that they put in my head. I still feel it. But I'm not feeling any type of pain, post-surgical pain. Because usually, because I've had, sports injuries, and when the pain wears off, that's when the fun starts also. So they did give me pain medication, but I don't like pain medication makes me sick. So I don't take it. But they still gave it to me and said, look, just take this if you need it. So they gave it to me. So I have it just in case. But thank God. But once again, I think that I took all the pain before the rain. I took all the pain up front. And God has blessed me saying, okay, I won't give you any after pain. Because right now my head's not really, it's like, it's tingling, it's itchy, but you cannot scratch your head for any reason. You can't do that. That is, you cannot do it. You cannot scratch your head for any reason whatsoever. Cannot. So, and I instinctively did it, but then I caught myself, right? So, and there's a lot of little quacks that you're going to have to go through. But I'm sharing that with you because I want you to know exactly what you're going to go through. And it's just the example of, if I tell you that there's a pothole down the road towards the left on the right hand side, what are you going to do? You're going to avoid that pothole, and you're going to be successful in driving, and you won't catch a flat tire. You probably won't have an accident, and there'll be no fatalities. So this is the premise of this whole journey, is to make sure that you are going in this wide-eyed open. So I got about two hours for this flight. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I like the way I feel. I don't know. Again, I got to see what this end game is. But I'm going to make sure that I put everything I need to put in, as far as within mandatory reason, to make sure that I'm successful. And that's what I have to preach every time I speak to you guys and gals in any form of fashion. Okay? You have to be willing to do the work afterwards, because them people ain't coming back on the plane with you. And they will offer support through WhatsApp app and stuff like that. They're gonna want you to check in, but you are not. You know, you have to really do it on your own. And if you're gonna feel the way I'm feeling, it's gonna keep you going. There's no way that that I'm go- that I'm gonna shortchange myself at this point, because I know that this is gonna be life changing. I feel it already. I feel it already. So I'm waiting for the plane. I just had a little my first meal of the day. Gonna wait maybe 15 more minutes to take the penicillin, and then I just relax, run around, do some stuff, and then catch this plane, and it's gonna be in New York. Um, it's not football time yet, but I'm gonna probably see if I can probably catch a football game in my zone. Because there's ways to watch football for free. Shh, don't tell anybody. So I'm gonna look and see if I can catch a football game. Um, I'm just very optimistic, and I want and again, I'm gonna always talk back and forth in between the vlog sometimes, because again, if you play sports, if you know what it is, if you ever been in a football practice, if you ever been in a track practice, if you ever been in one of those practices, Everything is rinse and repeat. Everything is rinse and repeat. And sometimes when people quit sports, it's because they don't like practice. They don't get through practice. Because you got to do the same shit over and over and over again and be competitive with it. And do it like you love it. And you're sick of it. It's really true. I think Mike Tyson actually said that best. And I think that this process, I'm going to have to rinse and repeat it to you guys so you guys do well when you actually take the decision to have this done. And another sports analogy is that I learned that I'd rather see you hurt in practice or make a mistake in practice than make the mistake in the actual game. So this is practice for you guys. You guys are seeing me go through this. You guys are seeing what's going on. You're seeing what it is. You're hearing certain things. You're hearing certain things, repeated. So that's important. That's important. So, and this way, when it's your game time, you're ready. Now, and I'm glad to say that you'll probably be more ready than I was because I didn't have this type of situation. My situation was I just see before, after, and it just wasn't really something that I trusted, so that's why it took me so long because I didn't get an insight. I didn't feel like I had an insight. I just had hard visual data, but I didn't see anything that said, okay, is this really a thing? So for me, you guys will be better for this. I know it. I know it. Now, everybody's experience is going to be the same. Same or probably indifferent or good, bad, and indifferent as far as just any segment of it. But I got one travel left, and then I'm going back home. And I thought I would be more exhausted from this trip, but the fact that this is happening is giving me second wind just to be like, hey, I did it. I actually did it. So now I'm waiting for the plane to come once again, and I'm just doing my thing. And following protocol, and gonna continue to follow protocol until it's done. It's only like 5 days for the medical protocol. So once that happens, it's over. So and then there's the other protocols, right? So make sure that you take care of the traveling aspect of it. So I'm sharing that with you guys as well too, because this is a whole experience. Once again, just to recap, make sure that you travel light. Essentials only. Like, this is a business. This is not, oh, I'm going to the club. No. Ain't none of that happening. None of that. None of that. And here's a little other extra footnote that is not aside from this. I actually applied for a TSA global pass because I don't want to deal with the knickknacks of just an import. So when I go back to, I was approved. It's not an easy application, to be honest with you. So I filled it out and I paid my money. And you could go on TSA.gov to find out about the global pass. And I paid some money for just the application, which wasn't guaranteed. I guess they liked what they saw, and then they offered me an interview. So I had the choice to either set up an interview with them, or I could, whenever I come back into the country, I could go to one of the TSA centers that are open when I go back and do that. So I said, oh, perfect. I'm coming back to the country today. I'm going to make sure that I come in and do the interview. I have a separate extra set of clothes, like just a polo top and a thing. But I'm gonna probably keep this top on because again, you have to make sure that you do not pull things over and back on your head. That's very important. So I stand corrected. So I'm probably gonna use this and just I have a pair of like casual fit slacks. I'm gonna wear that, and so just so I can look a little bit presentable. But they understand that you're traveling or whatever. So um, and based on that interview, I don't know if I have the global pass or not. And this way, when I'm traveling, I don't have to go through all the hog box stuff. Like it's more like a VIP type of situation. So, and again, that's part of me setting myself up for success once this is done and everything's done and I'm traveling more and stuff like that. Get back to traveling because I am a traveler. So at least it's a lot easier. So I'm just sharing that extra game with you guys. If you if you want to travel and it's not something that you really like to do, but if it could be more of a less, you should inquire about the TSA Global at TSA.gov. I guess that's the website, and you'll see what's going on with that, and see if it works for you. My brother has it; he loves it. So again, I work with my brother. He has no reason to lie to me. If he said it was trash, it, I would have believed it was trash. But as you can see, straight airport, straight airport. This is straight airport. So yeah. So I just wanted to share some time with you guys. Hope I didn't bore you. But again, I just need to make sure that you guys get the real, raw, uncut situations because um, they don't teach this one in school, so to speak. This is real time stuff that you're getting, and you're seeing the experience of what someone actually goes through with this. The whole experience. And so, pretty much that's it. Once again, I'm going to uh, tap out for now, and I believe, once again, I said in my blog yesterday that I will be doing weekly vlogs. But like I said, if my emotion takes me, if something's going on that I feel like I need to think, I'm just gonna hop on here and let you guys know what's going on. Because again, I got to keep you tapped in all day. Oh, and I will say that when I did leave, the people from my company, they do actually track you from and to, because when you give them the flight information, there's this flight tracker that you could use, and they use that so they know when you're coming. They know if you get on a plane. They know if you make the connections. And obviously, I'm assuming that they're tracking me going back to make sure I'm okay and there's no issues. And I did get a reach out from one of the people, saying, good to know that you made the flight. Have a good flight. Boom, 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 boom. Hit me up if you need anything. And that was good to know. I mean, maybe it might have just been passing talking what people do, because you know how people do sometimes, right? So, but it was still good to know that customer service, because they got their money already. I got my service. But that customer service was still as strong as the first time he was trying to get me signed on to the surgery. So that was cool. So I ain't got no problems with that. Let me get off of this. All right.